Dumaguete. Hello, Negros Oriental. Hello, Sillimanians around the world. On behalf of Joshua Soldivillo, this is Ronelyn Faith C. Vailoces, and you are watching #Silliman.
For #Silliman updates, the Silliman University Institute of Rehabilitative Sciences will now be able to provide free physical therapy services to those in Valencia, Negros Oriental through the SU Valencia Community-Based and Outpatient Rehabilitation, a new program of Silliman University and the Municipality of Valencia. The program will offer free physical therapy services to all residents of Valencia. This will benefit primarily those who have limited access to care and the underprivileged. The Silliman University co-hosted the 7th Central Visayas Health Research Innovation Conference held last July 14 to 15, 2022 at the Negros Oriental State University. The conference focused on the theme, Regional Research and Innovations Toward Health Recovery and Resilience. That would be all. See you next week for another set of #Silliman updates.
Good evening, everyone. This is a magazine program that talks about different aspects of Silliman University, a program initiated to discuss matters concerning the campus by the sea. Welcome, everyone, to #Silliman. Last week, we learned about engineering and architecture. This week, we are going to learn more about computer science and information technology. So without further ado, let me introduce our esteemed guests for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome OIC Dean Joy D. Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be invited in this show. I'm so grateful that we are given this platform for us to share what the College of Computer Studies could provides, or what is it all about.
Okay. And we also have here with us the incoming BSCS second year and the governor of the Confederate Student Council of school year 2022 to 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Parker Shane Manalaysay.
Hi, ma'am. I'm so honored to be here to share about my experiences and everything about our college.
Okay, welcome, Ma'am Joy and Parker. So let us keep the ball rolling. Congratulations on the recently concluded graduation. How many graduates do we have from the College of Computer Studies, the Latin Honors, and your feeling about the post-pandemic?
We had a total of 27. There were 3 graduates from the BLISS program, 15 from our computer science program, and 9 from our BSIT program. We were able to provide 4 Latin honors with 1 magna cum laude.
Wow, congrats.
So if you talk about Latin honors, I don't think we increased in number because a lot are saying that with ODL, there's an increase. With the College of Computer Studies, it's the same number. So post-pandemic, I could see that when the graduates were asked to come here for the rehearsals, it's like somehow a relief for them to be back in campus. And they were so excited to be part of, though it's like limited, they were far away from each other, but I could see that the fulfillment that at least before they leave the halls of Silliman, they're able to enjoy a face-to-face graduation.
No, we had a 2-year hiatus, and
Yes.
I believe that our students really enjoyed their graduation, knowing that there is a threat that they won't graduate face-to-face.
Yes.
Now let us go. Let us take a look at the memory lane. And how old is the computer studies, and any interesting history that you can share to the audience?
In terms of age as a college, the College of Computer Studies is 21 years old, though it started in 1988 with a computer center that was headed by Engineer Alfredo Tiang. After that, by 1992, the Bachelor of Science in Business Computer Applications, which is a degree offering from the College of Business Administration, was added. But as a college, it was formally formed in June 2001. Originally, its name was College of Information Technology and Computer Sciences. And it was only in 2006, August 2006, that it was renamed to its current name now, which is the College of Computer Studies. So then after that, initially there were only 2 programs. We have the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and the Bachelor of Science in Information Technology in 2001. A year after that, the Bachelor of Science in Information Management was also offered, which is now named as Bachelor of Science in Information Systems. And in June 2017, the Bachelor of Library and Information Science program was transferred from the College of Education to the College of Computer Studies. So currently, we're offering 4 undergraduate programs and 1 graduate program, which is the Masters in Information Systems.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing that, Ma'am Joy. Let's go to Parker. How do you feel now, given that we are having, or we will be having a face-to-face, limited face-to-face?
That thought of having a face-to-face is actually exciting. It's been 2 years since we have been here in Silliman, and as a governor, I would like our students to have that experience once again, what it's like to be in Silliman, specifically what it's like to be in the College of Computer Studies, because even though I have an online experience, I still enjoyed being in this college. I had a lot of good experiences, not just in the classrooms, but also with my friends. That I made a lot of friends in there, because we are a set of diverse students. I know some that are good in music. We are not just that, the basic knowledge that we are just, we only just know something about computers, but being there, we are more than that. There are a lot of people that are, again, good in music, good in arts, good in literatures, and it's fun being with them.
Okay, so there are a lot of students
Yes.
who have different talents.
Yes, and it's so exciting to meet them personally and face-to-face.
And Parker, we always ask this question, especially to our students. What are the common misconceptions that you hear about the College of Computer Studies, Information Technology?
Actually, I have encountered a lot of misconceptions. Some quite are very funny, but the first thing that came to my mind is, and this is actually also helpful to those who wants to enroll in our college, is that you need to be very well versed of coding and programming.
Yeah.
Actually, I started in this college with only a very small idea of what coding is. And the good thing in our college is we offer courses that would teach us from the very scratch of coding, from the printf, the scanf, and that would help students not be intimidated by the very hard subjects. And most people in my class, even I, prior to enrollment or before entering the college, I did not really know that much. But as of now, me and my friends are quite doing well, and we are more than just coding. We are more than coding and programming. We also discuss math, algorithms, and many more interesting stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. I get that. I get that common misconception, no? Because when I hear the word coding and programming, my first thought is that it is for geniuses, no? So, Ma'am Joy, how do you address these misconceptions?
Okay, as early upon the entry of our students to the college, we make it a point to clearly explain to them what BSCS is, what BSIT is, what BLIS and what BSI is. What are these 4 programs that we do have? We let the student understand that if you're going to finish these degree programs, this is what you could expect in the industry. Because aside from an add-on to what Parker said earlier, another common misconception is computer technician. Yeah.
So how is
so
it
usually,
different?
like, for example, it's like, oh, you're a BSIT, so you know how to fix computers.
Yeah, that's true.
Though we do have, for IT, it's both hardware and software, but the computer technician thing is not the only thing.
Yeah.
It's just a part or a component of the entire thing. So we let the students understand that these are the different opportunities that you could like choose from upon graduation. So that's why I would student, because of course you have to let them know, why should I take BSCS? Why should I take IT? Why should I take IS? Or why should I enroll in Blaze? Because these four programs could be taken as like they are siblings.
Yeah.
There's just like a few or like some differences from one another.
So you mentioned, Ma'am Joy, about the different opportunities that
Yes.
await our students. What particular career opportunities are waiting for our graduates from the College of Computer Studies?
Okay, I hope it's okay if I'll refer to my
Yeah,
notes.
sure.
For the four, of course for the three, the common would be they would end up as software engineers, software developers, computer network architect, data scientists, which is a trend recently,
Yeah.
especially with the pandemic. But for each specific program, there is a specific career that they could go to. So for IT, they could also end a job as mobile application developer, information technology consultant. For the IS, what I think is specific for them is like they could end up as database administrator, information systems manager, and even penetration tester. Of course, our BLISS program that's tied up to the library. So as we all know nowadays, libraries are into also offering digital services.
Yeah.
So for our BLISS program, they could end up as the head librarian or library services manager, and even a data and digital manager.
Thank you very much for sharing that, Ma'am Joy. Now, Parker, of all the things that you have heard, what do you think is your dream to become? Are you more inclined to being a librarian or a data scientist, an app developer like Mark Zuckerberg? So, what's your dream?
Before I enrolled in computer science, I am a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science student. Before enrolling, I was contemplating for how many months on why do I want to pursue this degree? What do I expect of me in the future? And then I discovered data analytics and data science, which ma'am mentioned that it was a trend, because it was really a trend during that time. It was when during a webinar, I forgot what was the whole webinar was, but it introduced me into data science and it piqued my interest. And then I discovered that, okay, Silliman University offers this kind of degree for me to pursue data science in the future. And as of now, I'm still, aside from pursuing that by attending the courses, attending my classes, I also do researches, because technology is growing exponentially, and
true.
it change every year. Like, wow, this exists now already, and there's such things as like that. So I do research, I do extra studies in order for me to be really successful. And I just want to address this misconception, because we were discussing misconceptions earlier. The misconception about computer studies students are just for men, are just for geeks, are just for nerds. Actually, it's not. It's very absurd, because in our college there are a lot of women, there are a lot of men, people from the gender spectrum, nerds, non-nerds, introverts, extroverts, populars. Actually, everyone is welcome, and everyone can be attracted by our college. As long as you are very hardworking, as long as you listen to your professors, you ask questions, and then as long as you have the right attitudes and character, I think you can do great. I think you can do great in our college and the courses that the bachelors that we offer.
Just to make it clear, you want to be a data analyst or a data scientist.
Yes.
So, wow, you might be the next Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, who knows? Well, anyway, I'd like to ask Ma'am Joy, but you can answer this after a short break. What makes the College of Computer Studies in Silliman University unique from other schools? That, your answer will be heard by our audience after a short break.
Welcome to the College of Computer Studies. In November 1988, the Silliman University Computer Center was established with the objective of centralizing computer degree offerings of the university. In 1992, services were expanded to include a computer degree, Bachelor of Science in Business Computer Applications, a degree offering of the College of Business Administration. In line with the Commission on Higher Education's thrust to control the number of information technology education degrees and to centralize the offering within the institution, Silliman University created the College of Information Technology and Computer Sciences. The first degree offering were the Bachelor of Science in Information Technology and the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. In the following year, the college offered the Bachelor of Science in Information Management, now known as the Bachelor of Science in Information Systems program. In August 2006, the college was renamed to what is now known as the College of Computer Studies. One laboratory that challenges students to innovate, nurture mistakes, and transform them into an opportunity to learn and create an impact in the community is the vision of the Apps Incubation and Development Laboratory that was inaugurated last October 27, 2015. It is located at the Oi Ting Su Foundation Computer Center. The Apps Lab can be among the first in the country, geared towards empowering the youth to think with their creativity, inputting what can initially be bold and wild ideas into mobile iOS applications. CHED has granted the college the distinction as Center of Excellence in Information Technology Education in January 2016. The computer science program includes the study of computing concepts and theories, algorithmic foundations, and new developments in computing. The program prepares students to design and create algorithmically complex software and develop new and effective algorithms for solving computing problems.
The Business and Information Technology program includes the study of the utilization of both hardware and software technologies involving planning, installing, customizing, operating, managing and administering, and maintaining information technology infrastructure that provides computing solutions to address the needs of an organization. The BS in Information Systems program includes the study of application and effect of information technology to organizations. Graduates of the program should be able to implement an information system which considers complex technological and organizational factors affecting it. These include components, tools, techniques, strategies, methodologies, and others.
back. Before we had a short break, I actually asked Ma'am Joy, what makes the College of Computer Studies unique here in Silliman University?
Okay, if you ask me that question, what makes it unique? It's unique in the sense that our graduates who could like land a job in the different fields, be it in business, be it in health, or like I think the different fields would need the expertise of our graduates from the College of Computer Studies. As long as there is a computer in that particular field or company, then a job is ready for graduates of the College of Computer Studies. So we're not only specific to like health, because there are colleges that you go, this is where your grads would go. But for us, as long as there is a department, as long as there is computerization being used in that particular organization, regardless of the clientele that they are attending to, then our graduates will be able to land a job there, or will be of purpose to that particular organization.
So meanwhile, our graduates are ready and competent to land any job that are suitable for them.
Yes.
Okay. So Parker, let's talk about your student life.
Yeah.
What are the highlights of being a student? Speaking that you will be the governor for
Yes.
the next year, diba? So what are the highlights or the things that you look forward to as a student of the computer studies?
Actually, I have, even though it was still my first year before, and it's online, I have experienced a lot, fun, stress, of course, that exists.
Stress with empathy.
Yeah, stress. I have experienced all of those, but the great thing is that I am surrounded with very diverse set of people in our college. Again, as I have mentioned earlier, I am surrounded with people that are good in arts, literatures, and everything else that are beyond computer. And the good thing is, I get to learn something from them. I get to have my own identity as a student there. Aside from just learning the courses that the college offers, I get to learn new stuff from them. And that, I think, is another thing that sets us apart from the other, not really necessarily the other courses, but what highlights me as a ano. And then another thing is that I really like about our college is we are offered a lot of opportunities. Like, take for example lectures and webinars that we invite from companies or industries from the Philippines. And I think that's very helpful for us in the future because we get to have an idea of what it is like prior to graduating. We already have an idea of what it is like in the industry of computer studies, information technology and such. Like, take for example, there was this one webinar where we get to know something about the women in the industry of computer studies, or something about data science, perhaps. And that is another thing that highlights me that highlights being a student in the computer studies. And another thing is, aside from those academic events and lectures, we also have a lot of events that would that would let the student enjoy their life, not just to focus on the academic part. Like, take for example our e-games. We have a legacy in the e-games, in the intramurals and the extramurals. We have been placed high ranks because that's what we are fond of doing in our college, and also the cheer dancing. And we are hopefully this year, the face-to-face, we will have that one again, because I'm sure that our college really missed that those events. And yes, the governor, we are preparing, me and my team, my core officers, and us in general, we are preparing for the students come back to our school. So we have prepared for them a lot of events, a lot of webinars, so that they won't be overwhelmed with their stress that they're experiencing.
You mentioned a while ago about e-games. If I am not mistaken, the organizers for our intramurals are basically students from the CCS, no?
And I think Shine was the ITRAM's head for the last, she's a second year BSIT student, and currently vice governor
Yeah,
of the student council.
vice governor.
Wow, our CCS students are really talented and brilliant,
Yeah.
no?
Balance the academic
Yeah.
and the
Love life,
non-academic.
ganon.
So we usually tell them, you better enjoy your first 2 years.
Yeah.
Because once you reach the third year,
Is that a threat, Ma'am
no,
Joy?
it's not a threat. But we would want them to explore and
Yeah.
enjoy. Because once there's a third, it's pure
Yeah.
professional courses. So that's where we could say that the real thing, or more focused on what really the degree is all about. So they need to devote a lot of time when they reach third year, and especially when they go to fourth year.
For their academics.
Yeah, so we
alone.
usually encourage our students to balance academic and non-academic and make the most of it during their first year and their second year.
For our next question, we usually ask this to our all our guests. How can we use principles of computer studies or computer science or information technology in addressing current issues, like for example, environmental concerns, public health, and whatnot?
I think especially during the pandemic, our field played a great role in terms of health through telemedicine and telehealth. So, of course, we're locked at home, but those that needs to do consultation, they could do it through what our field provides. So, though it's not really a new trend outside of the country, but for us here in the Philippines, it's something that was really put in place because of the pandemic. So the applications that enables telehealth and telemedicine to happen is of course a product of our field.
I I don't know if you have encountered it, you too, Parker. I read an information from Facebook about you must delete your emails because it will save the environment, something like that, because of carbon. So can you please enlighten us
You're
about
talking
that
about
one?
green computing.
Yes.
Yeah, so of course, especially when the pandemic happened, it's not only local, but di ba, all of us around the world. So we do commerce online. So that's like a volume of data increased when the pandemic happened. Even prior to the pandemic, we have what we call green computing. That somehow if you talk about software and hardware, there's like a set of software and hardware that would somehow an organization could make use, because like email, that's data already.
Yeah.
So there is a set of software and hardware that we could use that would somehow also take care of the environment, and that's the field that we call green computing. It's a technology, and because especially if you talk about servers like Facebook, their server is not located in their headquarters. It's like located elsewhere in the world.
Yeah.
But I think Facebook is one that is into green computing together with Google. Based on the readings that I did.
Yeah.
So that's one way to take care of the environment, because of course, if you talk about servers, it would need energy.
Yeah.
So if green computing is in place, then it would somehow lessen the hazards of the energy that is being used by these servers.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Joy, for enlightening us. Now, let me go to Parker. This is not an assessment, but I'd like you to recall the learnings that you had from your first year about the principles, perhaps concepts about computer science that you can use not just here in school, but also in life.
During my first years, actually, what I have mentioned earlier, we are started with basics of programming and coding, in order for us to, be well versed of it, because we are going to utilize it that much in the future. But aside from all of those things, I have learned one thing. That's one from my computer science subject, that I have to be that the principle of being logical, it's basically finding out what is the truth by deconstructing everything, by analyzing everything, and that practices my analytical thinking and my brainstorming. That enhances those kinds of skills in me. And I have applied it in my life in a way that whenever I have a problem, I don't get overwhelmed. I get to have them one by one to understand each of them, and then solve them one by one and not get overwhelmed by that specific problem. So that's basically it. We
So-
have steps, we have algorithms, we have different approaches to, we have different solutions to a problem, and that could be applied in our life. There's no one way to a problem. There's a lot of approaches. It's up to you what kind of approach you will have, what are those consequences, and what are those effects to your life.
So meanwhile, the concept of being logical will help you solve problems
Yeah.
in life. Okay, that's that's a good tip even for our audience. When we talk about interconnectivity, the internet, there's a lot of threats, and sometimes threats can be can have material effects on us. What are your tips, perhaps, that can be learned by our audience and of course us also on how to be safe online?
I'll just share the very basic of it. We need to be aware of data privacy.
Yeah.
We should be conscious with regards to what specific data we would want to share, especially in social media sites. Because, I mean, like, for us Filipinos, we love to share. It's in our culture that we automatically share without thinking that this could be used by those with bad intentions to somehow manipulate, especially that right now we are connected 24/7.
Yeah.
So being aware of the value of data privacy is one basic thing to somehow safeguard us when we are interacting or we are online. And I think Parker could share more
Yeah.
as a
About it.
student.
Yeah, and I think there is a particular study that says that the privacy is actually a Western concept, and we Filipinos are not really
Into
are
that. Yes,
not
correct.
really into
Yeah.
that. Yes,
And even if we do have the data privacy law in the Philippines, I don't think more than 50, like a big percentage is aware of it,
Yeah.
or even is cautious about this type of law that somehow protects us, especially when we communicate or connect online. So that's one basic. Even your ID number, your address, your name.
Yeah.
Because as you've seen in social media, even like their professional idols are just like when they're too excited that they got their ID already, they post it
post
right
it
away,
online.
which
Yeah.
should not be done. That's one basic thing you should not do.
And why is that? Why should we be careful about giving out information, especially your IDs? Why it shouldn't be done?
Because usually the ID has your birthday, your name,
Sensitive
and other
information.
sensitive information. Basic but very sensitive information that hackers or those with malicious intent could use to somehow get access to your bank account or whatever online account that you do have. So I think it's very basic for us to be really aware of what data privacy is and what we to what extent should we share in online, especially in social media.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Joy. Hopefully, our audience are now aware of the consequences of not being careful online. Any addition to that, Parker?
Yeah, that was very good that Ma'am mentioned that, because I also practice those things. I do not overshare online, because that would give a lead to the people who has bad intentions in hijacking your personal information.
True.
And another thing that I could also tell to the people is that they must create a strong passwords. Strong but can be remembered passwords, of course, because we often get that, right? We forgot our passwords because it's too strong. So create strong, memorable passwords and change them on a regular basis, because
Exactly.
people right now, they would use your information, like take for example your birthday, to put it as your as to access your accounts.
Yeah, that's
Maybe they
true.
would have a guess that, oh, this is his or her birthday. Let's try if this is her passwords, like that. So people must practice that kind of thing to change their password regularly. And then another one is be careful what you download or purchase online. Be
Okay.
sure that what you download or the sites that you the sites that you visit are very much secured because there's a lot of scammers everywhere. There's a lot of bad person who wants to access your bank information. So make sure that you purchase to those sites and applications that are
Legitimate.
secured and legitimate. Yeah. And lastly, this is, I think a lot of people are aware of this, but everyone should try to have an antivirus software in their devices. That's a very, if you don't want to have that complicated stuff, I need to memorize all of these bad sites. I need to, because they automatically identify which sites you need to avoid. So it's very essential to have antivirus program in your devices, your laptops, your phones, and pretty much everything.
Thank you very much for that tips and reminder, Parker. Now, I believe that listening to our conversation, I do believe that some of our audience are interested in enrolling to computer studies. Please walk us through the admissions and what are the things that they need to accomplish.
Okay, if we would be happy to welcome you at the College of Computer Studies. We don't have screening, so we are into open admission. But students whose track, we call it track or non. In Silliman it's STEAM, but in other high school it's STEM. If you're a non-STEAM or a non-STEM graduate, you have to take the program logic and formulation. So it's like a bridging course to somehow get you ready with the coding and the programming that Parker was talking about earlier. And then for computer science students, and you are not a graduate of the STEAM or STEM track, then you have to enroll additional math courses. So you may visit the website and you just have to go to the College of Computer Studies, and then admission instruction or guide is just there. And I think we don't have the screening, but we do impose very strict retention policies.
How about grade requirement, Ma'am Joy?
Oh, our grade requirement is very minimal. You just have to get 1.0,
Okay.
which is the passing.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Joy and Parker. But we are not yet done. We will still have fun. Let's do fast talk. You don't have to think. Think about this further. You just have to, choose one word that comes into your mind. So let's start with Ma'am Joy.
Okay.
Is it beaches or mountains?
Beaches.
Parker, summer or rainy days?
Summer.
Ma'am Joy, mornings or afternoons?
Afternoons.
Parker, are you a night owl or an early bird?
Both, I think.
Both. Paano
Depending
yun?
on the circumstances.
Okay. Sige, Ma'am Joy, is it Windows or iOS?
Oh, iOS.
iOS. How about Parker? Windows, iOS?
iOS.
Okay. Cheese bread or baked siopaw?
Cheese bread.
Parker, comfort or challenge?
Challenge.
Comfort, Ma'am Joy, or challenge?
Challenge.
Parker, home or school?
Home.
Ma'am Joy, home or office in Silliman University?
Both.
Both. Okay. The Silliman is home anyway.
Yeah.
Parker, love or career?
Love, because I love my career.
Okay. Safe answer. Ma'am Joy, is it love or career?
Love.
Okay. Amen. Parker, first thing you do in the morning?
Bath.
Okay. Take a bath.
Yeah.
Okay. Immediately?
Yeah, because I like to be freshened up. The first thing that I have to do in the morning to be
Okay.
freshened up.
Sige, Ma'am Joy, last thing you do at night?
Oh, check my email.
Check your emails.
Yeah.
Even at night? Okay. I think this should not be answered by Parker. Ma'am Joy, 3 things to look for an ideal partner.
Oh.
Yeah.
3 things to look for. That's a difficult question. Okay, must be an opposite of who I am. Because I do believe in yin yang.
Yeah. Amen.
That's 1.
Compatibility.
3. Okay. Someone who would accept me for who I am.
Okay.
And 3, somebody that would somehow give support and compliment. So it's like we do support and complement each other.
So is Mom Joy single or married?
Oh, I'm married, happily married with
Okay.
2 children.
Okay. How about you? Are you single or not available or what?
Not available.
Okay. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I bet that's why you're excited with the limited FTF.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not available because too busy.
Ah,
Okay.
Just kidding.
Weh. Okay, Ma'am Joy. Silliman University College of Computer Studies is one word to describe.
Oh, one word to describe, diverse.
Diverse. Silliman University College of Computer Studies is?
Fun.
Okay, so for those who want to have fun and learn, you may now enroll at the College of Computer Studies. Now we are at the last part or last portion of our hashtag Silliman, and that is hashtag WTP Words to Ponder. So since Joshua is not here, hello Josh, how are you there? I'll be the one to answer on what word I should ponder, and I think I would like to choose the word mindfulness because it is I banked on your word a
Online
while ago,
safety.
logical, no?
Yeah.
And online safety, mindfulness. Now, whatever we do online and offline, for us to be secured and safe with whatever we do, we should practice mindfulness. We should always be mindful on what we post online, what information we share online. Because, there's a lot of people who can harm us and who will harm us if given the chance. But if we are mindful with whatever we do, then that is the best security that we can give to ourselves. So thank you very much, everyone, for making hashtag Silliman your Monday night habit, and to God be the glory. Hello everyone, thank you very much for watching hashtag Silliman. Please don't forget to like, comment, and share, and follow our Facebook page, that is hashtag Silliman, and of course our YouTube account. And please don't forget to catch us at Phil Products every Monday at 8 p.m. and replays will be shown every Tuesday before the noontime news and every Saturday after the noontime news. This has been Ronelyn Vailoces, and see you next week only here on
Hashtag Silliman.